Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. Fuck from Thrasher Eye with the second episode of Darklight. I'm here with Ian. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
All right, so we want people on the page to ask us, what you want us to review, but this time we figure fuck you guys, because we're going on the very first solo album the very first full-length solo album by Diamond Dave, Eat 'Em and Smile, released in 1986. And before I get into it, I want to have, just like before we get into the songs, I want you all to tell me your first impression of it.
First thing I heard from it was Yankee Rose, of course, and it was everything I hoped for. I was still really bummed out about, my favorite band breaking up, but man, I heard that guitar, and then you hear Dave, Guess Who's Back in Circulation. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. They're going to out Van Halen, because I'd already heard, the shit fest at his 5150, and I couldn't have been happier. I was like, oh man, he's got a stellar band, another guitar god with Steve Vai, who I'd known through my father actually, because he was a huge Zappa fan, and my dad had the records that he played with on Zappa, and also, Greg Bissonette, Billy Sheehan on bass. I mean, just you can't fuck with that band.
Okay, so my first impression was, yes, a world premiere video of Yankee Rose. And just to show you how life is so unfair, when I first saw this video, I was like, oh, fucking Van Hagar, you're done, But what happened was, Eat 'Em and Smile, I don't know, maybe you have information, Terrence, but I remember it was, I think it hit number 4 or something on the Billboard charts.
3.
3, huh? Well, which is still respectably good, but 5150 hit number 1. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I think 5150 sold more, which means this world sucks. This world is a fucking, just too many fucking robots. You're all a bunch of fucking robots out there that cannot tell what's better, Van Halen or Daily Roth. Oh, I'm going to go with Van Halen because, they're an institution. Fuck you. Their institution was Daily Roth. And Daily Roth took the magic of Van Halen and just oozed it all over Eat 'Em and Smile. It's a pissed off album. To me, it's way better than 1984. It has the hunger, the fire, and yeah, how can you go wrong? I remember when hearing Steve Vai and Billy Sheehan was in the band, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be monstrous. And I swear, man, when I heard the album, it was exactly what I was expecting. A kick-ass fucking rip-roaring fucking album. And let me just go right down the line with Yankee Rose, the leading track and the leading video. Just bombastic and killer and kick-ass. And, you have a little bit of everything in that song. You have a little bit of the bass line and Steve Vai, mimicking what Dave is saying. And it's just a smoking fucking song. I love that. Then we have Shy Boy, which I was already aware of Shy Boy from the band Talus. I have the live album of Talus. I have the studio version, too, of Talus. And they released the Billy Sheehan Years, which I highly recommend. It's on CDs, Talus, the Billy Sheehan Years, which is half live and half studio. Dave's version completely blows it away. And just last month, I saw the Winery Dogs, which has Billy Sheehan, and they ended the show with Shy Boy, which was badass. And I saw, Billy Sheehan sang it. And quite a few years ago, I went to one of those G3 concerts where Steve Vai had Billy Sheehan up there, and they opened the show with Shy Boy. So it's probably, I don't know if it's my favorite song, but it's damn close to being my favorite song. It's easy. It's kind of like a more rocking version of Just a Gigolo. I love that song. I love every song on this album. Ladies Night in Buffalo, a little more mid-tempo. Probably my least favorite on the album, but it's still an awesome song, which shows you how good this album is. Going Crazy, really cool. And there's a video on YouTube of the Spanish version, which I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, is that Eat 'Em and Smile was released in Spanish. The whole album, which I own on both vinyl and CD, is called Sonrisa Salvaje. And they made a video for Going Crazy, I think it's called Huevo Loco on YouTube. You can check it out. It's funny to hear Dave sing in Spanish. And he sings the whole album in Spanish. And again, great catchy song. Then we flipped the album over to Tobacco Road, which is an awesome, awesome cover. I put it up there with their cover of Ice Cream Man, even though I never heard the original version of Tobacco Road. Though I've had heard the original version of Ice Cream Man, it's night and day. Great, great, great cover song. Elephant Gun, maybe my favorite. And if you look on YouTube, I made a video for that song. Yeah, that's probably my favorite song on this album is Elephant Gun. Elephant Gun and Shy Boy. Big Trouble is awesome. Um, again, it's the brilliance of Dave's lyrics is all over Big Trouble. Bump and Grind, damn, Bump and Grind is probably my favorite too. This is my three-way tie. Bump and Grind I really really love. It's sleazy, let's fuck type song, but it's fun. And then That's Life, the cover of Frank Sinatra. And I mean, I don't mind Frank Sinatra out there, but I think David Lee Roth is way better. And I know all you hipsters out there can kiss my fucking ass because I know it's cool to like Frank Sinatra. But fuck you, David Lee Roth is 100 times better than Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and your dad all rolled into one. I'll tell you this right now. Eat 'em and Smile is a fucking classic. It's a 10 right across the board. Every fucking song rules. And if you don't agree, you're an idiot. Take it in.
All right, this is definitely Dave's best solo album. Um, Yankee Rose, what a way to come out the fucking gate and just say, I own your ass. I'm going to take all the magic and all the fun from Van Halen and put it into my new band. And it's exactly what he did. Where they just went and played it safe with 5150 and did, basically a Loverboy album and called it Van Halen. Um,
Yeah.
It's just, it. Dave took that spirit. I mean, and there it is, uh, musically, lyrically, the video. I mean, just the two videos that he did, or three, I'm sorry, but Yankee Rose and Going Crazy, just awesome. I mean, it shows you what an entertainer he really is. Next one, Shy Boy. I mean, that's just badass. Another that bass. Fuck, he knew what to cherry pick from Talus. That's for damn sure, and knew what to get out of Billy Sheehan. Going. What's the next one? I don't have the CD in front of me.
I'm easy.
Oh, I'm easy.
Easy.
I love it. I love it. That's just got that that Dave swagger, that almost Big Bad Bill of Sweet William. Kind of in that vein, just a different kind of not afraid to be different and just be himself. Oh, Ladies Night in Buffalo. Yeah, I think that's one of the fucking highlights. I just think that's Dave doing something different out the box. Kind of reminds me of Secrets a little bit. Just like he's coming through the mic, and you better watch out because he's gonna fuck you. He's just coming through there. And I play that at the bar all the time. Just a great track. Going Crazy's next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect pop song. I mean, how that wasn't a bigger hit, I have no idea. Obviously, because people have taste for shit, and that's why 5150 sold more. Because that's just it's a great Van Halen. This is a great Van Halen album, the greatest Van Halen album they never recorded. And,
Exactly.
And it's a shame that this is where they could have went after 1984.
Fucking A.
And I don't care who's to blame. Dave won. In my mind, and in the mind of everybody I know that has fucking taste. Tobacco Road, incredible. I hadn't heard the original, and I would love to, but I'm sure I'm going to love Dave's better. Because I'm swinging from them nuts. That motherfucker can do no wrong. Even when he's wrong, I ain't gonna admit it. But this album, he didn't drop a beat. Elephant Gun, believe it or not, Elephant Gun, I still love it, but it's towards the bottom for me, and I think that's only because I love the others so much. It's how do you pick the weak link? It's the one that I tend to skip if I'm listening to the album. If I'm going to skip one, it's going to be Elephant Gun.
I hate to cut you off, but what you just said, I think we need an intervention, buddy. I think you got to stop drinking.
I'll drink to that. There we go. Yeah, no, I don't hate the song, but it's I would probably, between that and another song coming up for, my least favorite. But next is my favorite. My favorite is Big Trouble. Big Trouble definitely, I don't know, just something about it. It's got Van Halen and Dave written all over it. You know, I would have loved actually this whole album. I would love to hear recorded with Van Halen, including Michael Anthony. I would just love to see them go back and do this, just to hear their take on it. Not that this band did anything wrong, but it's just like, man, all these songs are custom made for Van Halen. But it shows you the genius of Dave. Bump and Grind, another one I love. You know, you made the perfect remark. It's just a sleazy fuckfest kind of fucking song, and that's great. I expect nothing else from Dave. And That's Life. It's good. I see what he's going for. It kind of summed up where he was at right then. Like, oh well, I'm gonna take the fucking ball and run with it. You know, and I'm not gonna miss a beat. So the sentiment I agree with, but you know, once again, between that and Elephant Gun, my two least favorite, but fuck, I love the whole album. So,
all right. So, just to recap the show, I'd like to say that David Lee Roth's solo career did take a turn for the worse after this one. This was the peak. Skyscraper, which it did have its moments. It kind of like it didn't help his career, and then Little Ain't Enough, which a lot of people hated. I really loved. Really did suffer because of Skyscraper, and then after that was Filthy Little Mouth, which had its little moments, but it was so far away from the big rock Van Halen that everybody loves Dave for. And then after that was the DLR Band, which was rip-roaring, but Diamond Dave's voice was unfortunately ripped up. And then the Diamond Dave album, which was just a hodgepodge, a hot mess, if you ask me, which it had a little bit of its moments, but it was a weird album. And then there's that track called Don't Piss Me Off from the Best Of that I really did like. So Ian, just breeze through the rest of the Dave collection, and then Terrence, then you do the same, and then we'll end this motherfucker.
All right. Love, Eat 'Em and Smile, definitely the pinnacle of his career. Kind of almost verbatim with you on the rest of his catalog. Definitely some great songs on Skyscraper, but overproduced. I think he was trying to second guess himself, going, "Oh, hey, people like shitty music like fucking 5150. Maybe I should do that." Little Ain't Enough was Too Little, Too Late. Overproduced, but there is some good songs on there. The tour was great. I saw that. Your Filthy Little Mouth, again, there's some good moments, but Nile Rodgers, the wrong producer. He didn't have the name band behind him that he did before. That didn't fucking help. DLR Band, yeah. That's where you really saw he was the heart and soul of Van Halen, with the attitude at least, because Van Halen 3 really sucked. And they at that time they could have made a really good album together, but his voice was pretty shot there. Diamond Dave, call it Diver Down 2, because that's what it is, a bunch of fucking covers. Some of them pretty good, some of them, not so good. And Don't Piss Me Off kind of pissed me off. I didn't care for that one too much. But, Dave is my personal Lord and Savior, and he can do no wrong even when he is.
I also want to add two things. One, I think we should do a Little Ain't Enough review in the distant future, no time soon, because it is one of those, not talked about albums. And I think that's what we should focus on, not talked about albums. Either we hate it or love it. We should talk about albums that aren't discussed much, so we can be a little bit aside from the norm. And there is another David Lee Roth release that I forgot to mention. I'm not sure if you guys own it or not, but I do. It's called Strumming with the Devil. Are you aware of that one?
Oh, you had to bring that shit up. Oh, man. Oh, shit.
I do remember. I own it because, Amazon, this is a little tip for anybody out there. Amazon, you can get cheaper stuff on Amazon than eBay. And I found Strumming with the Devil for 1 penny. Yeah, it was like $2 shipping, whatever. But there's a lot of stuff on Amazon you can find for a penny. And I found not only Strumming with the Devil, I also found on CD for 1 penny the Spanish version of Eat 'Em and Smile, which I also ended up buying. And the Diamond Dave album is for a penny. I don't know about now. I'm sure it's maybe less than a penny. Maybe it's minus 2 pennies now. I don't know. Because I bought it like a while ago. Anyway, Strong with the Devil, I bought it because, I am a completist. And I put it on, and to tell you the truth, I remember it was like bluegrass and it was country-ish. And I haven't put it on since. And I should revisit it because I really don't remember. I remember I didn't like, obviously I didn't like it if I never listened to it more than once. But maybe I should go back and give it another listen. So then maybe I can do a personal little review on my personal little channel thing.
I don't know. Revisiting Strumming with the Devil is like revisiting being a little kid and getting soap in your piss hole. There's no need to do that. That shit burns. It's horrible. Fuck Amazon. If you want something disgraceful like that, I'll send you a picture of my mullet from 6th grade. No need to go back to Strumming with the Devil. That shit didn't happen.
Again, a pleasure, guys. And next time we're going to get together, we're going to talk about what I think is like the most controversial, well, maybe not controversial, but the most divided Led Zeppelin album. That and I guess Presence you can put into that category as well. But I think In Through the Outdoor is even more divided than Presence because there's a lot of fanatics of Presence. And I haven't met one fanatic of Into the Outdoor yet. But we will see what we all think about it. I'm sure all three of us are not going to love it. So till next time, guys, you have any closing statements?
Yeah.
Ian?
Yeah, I'm spent.
This is Dark Light. Goodbye.